So here we have our example for Taylor series. We have here function f of x is equals to cosine x, where its center is in pi over 2. So first we need to find the derivatives of this function. So we have f prime of x is equals to derivative of cosine, so we have negative sine of x. Next, f double prime of x is equals to negative cosine of x. Next we have f triple prime of x is equals to sine of x. Then we have f and its fourth derivative, we have cosine x. So now we will substitute the center or the pi over 2 in the function. So in here, in cosine, so we have cosine of pi over 2, which is equal to 0. Next we have here negative sine of pi over 2, which is equals to negative 1. And for negative cosine of pi over 2, we have 0. And for sine of pi over 2 equals 1. And for cosine of pi over 2, we have 0. So next, so here we have our general series expression for Taylor series. We have f of x is equals to fc plus f prime of c multiplied by x minus c all over raised to 1 all over 1 factorial plus f double prime of c multiplied by x minus c squared all over 2 factorial plus f triple prime multiplied by c f triple prime of c multiplied by x minus c raised to 3 all over 3 factorial plus dot dot dot. So this dot 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 indicates that this is a series expansion. So we will substitute the values. We have f of x is equals to f of c, which is this, so we have 0, plus f prime of c is this, so we have negative 1 multiplied by x minus pi over 2, which is our center, so 1 over 1 factorial plus f double prime, which is negative cosine, so it is 0 multiplied by x minus pi over 2 square 1 over 2 factorial plus f triple prime, which is sine x, is equals to 1 multiplied by x minus pi over 2 cube all over 3 factorial. Now, since this is multiplied by 0, so it will be cancelled out also here. So we have f of x is equals to negative x minus pi over 2 plus x minus pi over 2 cube over 3 plus since our fifth derivative, which is the cosine, fourth derivative rather, pi over 2 is equals to cosine pi over 2 is equal to 0, and our fifth derivative, which is negative sine of pi over 2 equals to 1, negative 1. So we can assume that the fourth, or the series next to this, is the 0 multiplied by x minus pi over 2 raised to 4 all over 4 factorial. So since it is multiplied by 0, so it will be cancelled, and our fifth derivative, which is this, so it will become negative 1 multiplied by x minus pi over 2 raised to 3, or cube, multiplied all over 3 factorial. Oh wait, I'm sorry, negative 1 multiplied by x minus pi over 2 raised to 5 all over 5 factorial. So we have minus x minus pi over 2 raised to 5 all over 5 factorial. So if we continue this, we will get this closed form of this function, just the cosine x is equals to summation n is equals to 0, negative 1 n x minus pi over 2 n plus 1 all over n plus 1 factorial. Oh sorry, I forgot, n plus 1. Thank you guys.